All right, we're live. Are we live?
We live?
Looks like we're live.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to pull up a tab. This is awkward.
Little tab.
Tab skis. Oh, yeah, dude. I love it. All right. Everyone good?
We are good.
All right. Welcome to week 5 of the Quick Slants football show. I am your host, Ryan, with my co-host, Ben, up there.
Hello.
I pointed to the wrong side. And then Devin on the other side.
Hello.
Pointed to the wrong side both times.
Dude, it's confusing.
Every time, too, I try to, zoom in. You'd be, up here, and I already switched to Ben.
Yeah, it's all good. I saw myself pointing in the wrong direction, but what's going on, boys? Week
What's
4
up,
in the
man?
books. It's we're on to week 5. Week 4, man. That's like quarter of the season, kind of.
One quarter is done, yes.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about the year? Give me one word, Devin, to describe the year so far, in your opinion.
Exciting.
Exciting. Okay. Is that because you're a Lions fan and they're 3-1?
Yes.
Okay. Ben,
Overall,
give me one
I feel
word.
like football's been exciting. Still early, so you're still in the. Yeah, I love football. Dude, they said there's football on next 50 days, by the way.
It's great.
In a row.
What's the word for where it's very competitive?
Competitive.
Starts with a D. Like anybody has a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What's that word?
Don't know.
God damn it! I had it, I lost it. It just went beep.
But I get it. I get what you mean. Like, it seems like anybody can win any week, which is really cool, and that's what you want from the NFL. An example, I'm not going to get into the games, but you think about I know I was going into the week. Even this game isn't a great example, but I thought the Browns were really good, and they got blown out 28-3. I thought the Steelers were a lot better than the Texans, and they lost 30-6.
Did you though?
Dude, I don't know why. Man, it's the preseason stuff. I mean, and they were 2-1 going against the Texans. Kenny Pickett.
He's a problem. It's a problem.
He did get hurt, but
is he any better than Zach Rudolph?
Okay. First of all, Mitch Trubisky's a number 2. Okay, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, second off, it's Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, it's Mason Rudolph. Okay.
What I call him?
Zach Rudolph.
So.
He didn't play for the Trailblazers.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All I'm saying is, it's not raining or snowing yet, bro. Stop wearing gloves. I think the ball's too big.
What about our backup QB, Teddy Two Gloves?
Yeah, well, he hasn't. He doesn't rely on the gloves because he has tiny hands.
Oh, it's a tiny hand thing.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't know if you watched that game. That guy can't throw the ball very well. Sometimes he can. Sometimes he can get behind it, and sometimes I feel like maybe he grips the back cone right, and he gets his fingers on the laces perfectly. You know what I'm saying? He gets just enough grip that his arm, and he's got an arm, works.
Yeah.
But I think it's an actual problem.
I mean, there's a reason they do hand sizes, right? So maybe that's the reason.
Or their offense is just bad because offensive coordinator. That's what everybody's saying, right?
Matt Canada?
Oh,
yeah.
Dude.
Name like that, dude. I've seen so many memes.
He's on his burner, bro, tweeting people. They found him. Dude, they literally confirmed they found this random account.
And they mess around.
And I think somebody hacked it or something, or they requested the password for it. And it went to Matt Canada at Steelers.com. Was the login.
His email.
True story, bro.
Oh no, dude. Come on.
Dude, somebody had a phone grab of just tweet after tweet after tweet. I think I just got attacked by a June bug. But
why are you doing that?
Is there a June bug in your house?
More of a July bug kind of guy.
Just keep going.
All right, that's what she said.
But yeah, I think that's what everybody's complaining about because they look bad, man. I mean, they just look unorganized. It looks like somebody who's trying to call an offense that doesn't know how to.
Yeah, it looks like the Madden playbook, and he looks like me in Madden, to be honest.
Or he's got this big spreadsheet, and he's like, I don't fucking know. And he's just and he reads that play.
Yeah, he's what should we run, Kenny? Yeah, I agree though. Maybe that would help.
Right?
Oh my god, dude. Can I get the coach suggestions turned back on?
Yeah, no, right? Tomlin, just tell me, give me 3 plays and I'll pick one. I got you, dog.
I'm back.
I don't know why. Yeah,
Back.
but yeah, we actually weren't going to talk about that game, but I'm glad we did because that Canada story is super funny. But let's go where we all want to go first. We're Lions fans. Lions played on Thursday Night Football last week, and they smoked the Packers by 2 touchdowns. So 34-20. The game actually felt less close than that. They did kind of make a little comeback attempt at the end, but it was kind of for nothing. But yeah, no, the big thing I think that stuck out to me was Montgomery at 32 carries, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which is insane to see any running back get 32 carries. What did you think about the game overall, Devin? You said you're back, right?
Yep, I'm here. No, I thought it was a good divisional win on the road. I think everybody knows, or at least Lions fans know, we traditionally don't win in Green Bay that much historically, and we've been doing really well. I think Jared Goff has won 4 in a row.
Well, we've won 4 in a row, but before that, we hadn't won since like 1991.
Crazy.
Or against the Packers, or just 4 games at
Lambeau. In Lambeau.
I'm saying Jared Goff has won 4 total games against the Packers. Kind of like got his number here a little bit. We played well. I was gonna say we'll talk about it, but I guess we're talking about it now. I think
this is the Lions Packers time.
Yeah, I think there was a key point in that game. As a Lions fans, you guys know, like, even when you're up 27-3 against the Chargers opening night, a couple years ago, you blow it.
Every time.
We dominated. Ryan, do you remember what the score was at halftime? I think
27-3.
So there we go. And to be honest with you, the Packers came out semi-hot in the second half. And they were there was a point in the game where the Lions were, I believe, 10 points. I think it was still the fourth quarter, maybe late third. We're up 10 points, and we had to kick a field goal, and we were going to be up 13, so it's still a 2-possession game. And they kicked a field goal, and they cut to a commercial break. And they come back, and there's the Lions offense. Turns out, homeboy from the Packers jumped over the long snapper, and you can't jump over people on a field goal like that.
Yeah.
So
I saw that a couple times this week. I don't know why they.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. The Lions got the ball in the red zone. They score a touchdown.
Yeah. That's
and
when it
after
felt
that,
over,
just downhill. Like, at that point,
I
knew we had it.
It was so out of reach.
I mean, the Lions, it was 27-3 at half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
there was not a point. They did score, but there was not a point in that game that we were going to lose. Like I thought at all. It's like you playing Madden, right? And you go up 27 points, and like they score, and then you have a bad drive, and then
they scored again. Jordan Love scored, and then they were only down 10 in the fourth quarter. How many times the Lions 10-point game fourth quarter on the road?
But it just didn't feel like it. That's the difference. To me, at least, right?
I'm saying it felt like that up until we got that chance, and then now we could have Montgomery score, and now we're up 34-17. That
was
different.
Like confirming. That like confirmed it. You know what I meant?
Yeah.
Like when we got the ball back after they scored again, and we just marched down and scored, especially running the ball in. There was a couple years there, like I don't know, like a 10-year span, we didn't have a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to have a guy running 3 touchdowns, run for over 100. He ran, 32 times? Is that what you said? Yeah, 32. 121, 3 touchdowns.
40
he averaged 3.78. If that's not actually the game of football, I don't know what is. That's my kind of fucking play calling. 100%. 3.78. You know what that means? First down on 4 plays every time. Boom.
Yeah, that looks good.
On 3 plays with that 0.78. All you have to do is run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked well, bro.
It worked.
Jared Goff, we only threw the ball 28 times. It feels so fucking good to score 34 fucking points.
Our
defense dominate.
Defense dominated.
Like, give us good field position. Like a lot of that. Yeah, they scored a couple times, but like that's what I'm saying. Like every time we were like taking them deep. Like our fucking punter's really fucking good. Like I don't know, dog. I feel like the Kool-Aid's just like seeping in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we hear it every day. I mean, I turn on the radio, like listen to the radio at work and stuff, and it's like all day long. It's Lions, 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 Lions. So
Like, dude,
it's sweet, man.
Like I've been seeing like rankings, and we're like 5th.
Yeah.
And it's like you look at the teams and you like think about it, and you're like, well, we did beat Kansas City, and we beat this team, and we looked really good all these places, and Seattle's actually a decent team. Like, yeah, like we're actually fucking 5th.
Dan Campbell, early coach of the year, probably favorite. In
they
my
win
opinion.
8 games. I don't give a shit. Give it to him.
Just the way, dude. He's coaching up the entire NFL at this point, man. He's crazy. He's hunting too. He doesn't want to be hunted. He's hunting. So
I actually got a couple. I don't know. I got a couple things to show in regards to that. Ryan, do you want to break down your take from the game at all before we do that?
I mean, I think my biggest take I have written down is our defense was just stellar. They're crazy. Hutch, sack and a half. We think we had 5 sacks as a team.
Dude, that big, what's his name?
2
Bigsby guy, or what's his
Bugs?
name? Bugsy?
Yeah.
Dude,
I think it's just Bugs.
I don't know. Well, the nickname.
Yeah.
Like a mobster.
His name is Bugs, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they call him Bugsy. But yeah, dude, that guy, I gotta start saving the things I see him throughout the week.
Hurt.
Yeah, and he came back. Our defense has been night and day.
Game.
Dude, it was crazy.
This is his first game back.
No,
he didn't play last week.
I think he played last week. I
thought. Oh yeah, but it was like his first or second sack.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, our defense just came back. For a few years. We just talked about Mosley coming back. I just talked to you about that, Devin, before we started the show. Mosley's going to be coming.
Manuel Mosley.
Yep.
Corner. You remember that? I forgot about that, Ben.
What?
That we that we got him in the offseason.
Yeah. He was one of the 2 corners we signed. He was the 2 veteran corners.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about him.
He was injured last year.
Right. I think we got him on the cheap because of that. So I don't know. And then you got J-Mo coming back. I don't know how hype you guys are about J-Mo coming back.
I'm so hyped. Have you guys played in Madden with J-Mo? Because it's like a cheat code.
He's good.
If it's anything like that, which it was last year when he literally played, it was exactly like it was in Madden. I'm telling you, bro. You just literally he just runs, and Jared Goff's going to throw a 60-yard bomb, and he's going to be 20 yards in front of the guy.
I think it's going to open up a lot of space for not only us to throw to Amon-Ra and, run the ball pretty effectively. I think it's going to leave Gibbs a lot more space, too, when he is getting the ball, especially catching the ball.
Yeah.
Push when they're defense back. Right. He only needs to make a guy miss, and there can't be so many 5 defenders tackling him at once because there's a lot more people downfield.
They'll have to pull linebackers off the field and put in corners and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And people, he can maybe break a few more tackles. I know he's a little guy, but he can make some people miss, and I think it'll just open up the offense as a whole. So I'm excited about J-Mo, man. And obviously, for people who haven't heard, he had a 6-game suspension for gambling over the off season, and it was reduced to 4 games. So he's eligible to return this week. Do you think he plays this week? Do we know?
Yeah, I think he's been practicing with the team. And I saw on Instagram that he's wearing Deion Sanders throwback cleats.
Yeah.
Oh, he's ready, dude. He's about to go, dude.
Yeah, he's playing.
Two catches, but at least one of those going for a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to get 3 catches, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they'll work him in slow, but I hope not. I hope they let him just run it. Reynolds has looked good. I just don't know how you have Amon-Ra and J-Mo and you just don't throw the ball a little bit. I know they just ran the ball 40 times and beat the Packers, but
it's situational. I think that you want to have those options, but I think that you do also have to kind of wait. Having those weapons allows you, like you said, to I think the safeties have to back up. That means Amon-Ra can run underneath. That also means
I was gonna say you guys are missing the one. Yeah, Laporta. Yeah. He's been killing it without J-Mo, bro.
They're gonna have to. They're going to have to put a corner on Laporta just watching tape now. They're going to have one linebacker. They're going to be playing dime defense the whole game. All we're going to do is run against it. Or they're going to, as soon as they put a couple linebackers in, we're just going to burn them.
Yeah, think about how many times you watch the Chiefs play, back in the day, and you'd be like, dude, how is Kelsey so open? And then you look, and it's because 3 people are guarding Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's just sprinting down the field.
Right, so I think... Man, it's going to be fun, dude. I'm excited. Laporta's looked really good. I mean, he had 4 catches, 56 yards. I did have a parlay on him that was 4.5 catches that I took the over and lost. But other than that, he tore it up. But everybody looked good. I mean, we have two picks. There's a guy's named Jerry Jacobs. Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, he had 2 picks.
Jerry Jacobs. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
He's one of those, like, I don't even know if we drafted him. Like,
he
might be just like an undrafted, like, free agent.
Just a walk on.
And then he like just played well. I think we got him last year? Or has he been on the team for 3 years now?
Been playing since 2021.
A couple years, okay.
So it's a few years.
Yeah, been in the Lions.
Yeah, where did we draft him?
Undrafted.
Yeah. So he's just a dog, bro.
Or is there any other Lions things you want to get out? I know you said you have that clip.
Yeah, I got a couple things. One, I want to, one of the big topics right now, obviously we're in Detroit, so we know it fucking firsthand here. But there's kind of that, like, you never know what's going to happen with the Lions still. They could play well every week, but, we won't believe it until literally the Super Bowl trophy's in our hands. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
For sure.
No matter what. But, over after Thursday night's game, a lot of reporters were kind of asking, I mean, maybe it's the following days, but we're kind of asking, like, are you guys turning more into the hunted versus like the huntees? You know what I'm saying? Or like kind of thing. And Dan Campbell had a great quote and said, if you're hunting us, you won't have to look far. We're going to be on your front porch when you open the door. And the way he said that,
Dude, get veins in his fucking neck.
Bro, it was like literally like
fuck you for asking.
Yeah, you want to come fucking hunt us? Like, we're gonna be right fucking in front of you, dude. Like, come, you know what I'm saying?
That's insane.
Probably guess the boys. I know fucking Rodriguez is hyped after he hears that, man. Dude, he probably just gets jacked.
You want to talk about hype? I think I'm gonna try showing this. It's about a minute clip here. After the game, you telling me this locker room's not doing some shit?
Win. Everything about it, man. That's one. That's 2 in a row, and it's a conference win, gentlemen.
You have to be slightly delayed.
Right. We're 3-1 at the quarter. Yep. Man, the sky's the limit. We keep playing defense the way we're playing. And we control the game on offense.
I was like, okay.
Control the game on offense. We can do whatever we want to do, man, but we can never
Everybody's buying in.
We can never lose this. It is a team ball. Who said that?
Oh.
Team ball. There ain't no doubt.
Let's go.
That's an outstanding win, man. I'm so proud of you guys. That's one, man. That is one division win. You guys get your rest. Enjoy this break. You fucking earned it. And then we move on and we get ready for Carolina after this.
Hey, how about that fucking defense today, boys? Hey, keep doing this. It's just a start. Keep fucking doing this. Know who the fuck we are. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You guys went and earned that win.
Anybody else got chills right now, or just me?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, how the fuck are dude? Everybody's running through brick walls for this motherfucker, dude.
Can we get Jared Goff a cooler hat though?
Dude,
is he wearing New Balances right now?
I'm telling you, everybody like loves him. Like, I watch like interviews and shit. Like, dude, people love this guy, man. I feel like he's like, if he keeps playing okay to good, we'll be good, man. We'll be good. I'm excited, bro. So that's
got a good team around him for sure.
That's why I said my answer to your question, Ryan, is excited.
Okay. I never gave my answer, but
what is yours?
Probably refreshed. I feel like there's a lot of newer teams playing well that we're not used to seeing maybe play well. You kind of got like the same old teams, but I feel like there's a few teams out there that are kind of, you're kind of rooting for, and it's just cool to see some other teams kind of pop up and kind of play well.
Parody.
Parody.
That's my word of the day. Parody.
But yeah, no, I like the Houston one was a good example where kind of Houston's out of nowhere. I know everybody kind of had like the Rams in the garbage, and they've looked pretty good. And then the Bucks are like my biggest I'm rooting for these Bucks, man.
He's
I don't know what it is,
bro.
It's only Baker.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the same kind of what we're talking about with Jared Goff, bro. Like, people are saying they love Baker. The team loves Baker.
Baker had a raw deal.
He did, dude. He got hurt in Cleveland, and he played through his fucking injury because he wanted to fucking play for the boys. And then everyone shit on him because he looked like shit because he was hurt.
Yeah. I mean, he was the only quarterback that's really ever won in Cleveland. Literally.
Right. Yeah,
and they got rid of him.
Yeah, come
they
on.
say like he hangs out with the receivers. They go to like the bar and shit. He said that in the off season, like they took the linemen to like a golf trip in the Bahamas, like right before the season, like bonding and shit, bro. Like people love this guy, and they're doing well. They're 3-1, right?
Dude, fucking Ben knew the shit before this season even started. He dropped Trask when they were in a battle. He knew, dude.
Yeah. You could just kind of tell, like, that
his team around him just loves him.
3-1,
but also, like,
Buccaneers.
you can tell with him, like, there's like a different moxie. Like, if Kyle Trask is out there, just like, yeah, this is my team. Fuck, you know, like, and he just goes out there and like, you just hear like shit about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything. It was like he's on the team still.
Yeah, the team believes in him, and I think that's like huge. Also, Chris Godwin threw a pass in this game. I just looked. What the fuck's going on? Oh, fun, baby. Yeah, no, that's like one of my big surprises that it's just like, dude, let's go. Like all the people that shit on Baker and stuff. So,
dude, go back to Tampa. That Cody Mock guy, that guard they drafted this year.
Good.
I traded for him in our Madden season.
Oh,
he's just Oregon. A wild fucking. He's a wild dude. He's like missing one of his front teeth.
Or both of his front
teeth. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he played at Oregon.
And he was like a low round draft pick, and like I think he went to the Senior Bowl and like tore it up and like got drafted higher. Like he's a badass dude. Anywhere's number 69.
Yeah, here we go. This is what I saw. It was like difference of freshman year versus senior year. I thought he went to Oregon. No, he went to
dude. You guys want to hear a crazy stat?
Dakota.
No, Dakota State. Yeah.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat really quick? Yeah. Brian, I'm not going to go through this whole game, but the Tampa Bay New Orleans or Tampa Bay versus New Orleans game. Kamara first game back, right? Had a great game. Ben, you have him on one of your fantasy teams, I think. He had 11 carries, 51 yards. He had 13 catches on 14 targets for 33 yards. 13 catches for 33 yards. They must have been throwing this like, I don't even know what you're even throwing to only get 33 yards on 13 catches.
Wait, who was this? I'm sorry. I was caught off guard by that. What?
Unless this is glitched, bro. It's Kamara. He had 13 catches.
Is that why he had points? Wait a second.
Yeah, bro. He didn't have a touchdown. He had 51 rushing yards, 33 receiving yards, and he had 13 catches on 14 targets.
Wait a second. Because he got like 14. He got 15 points on my league.
Oh yeah, your team.
He had 11 for 51. Yeah, he had.
You playing like a half PPR in the other league?
Yeah. That's funny. They probably just kept throwing him fucking swing passes.
I had thing up because I was looking at the box and that threw me off. But
if you think about it though, if he's the check down route and they had fucking Jameson there and he just freaks out, he's throwing swing routes and little comebacks and like.
Jameson didn't even play. Well, he played. He went 0 for 1 with 1 interception. Derek Carr played. Derek Carr.
I thought he was hurt.
Yeah, I think he toughed it out. I mean, they lost. He lost a fumble.
Oh yeah. He came in the game and threw a deep ball, and it was a pick.
Jameis?
Yeah, he came like literally. He got the ball and he was like doing his little normal Jameis Winston thing, and then he just chucked it downfield. It was just underthrown pick.
Just special, dude. Every time I throw a pick in Madden, I think
double coverage. Guy just safety came down, and grabbed it.
All right, let's go. We'll get to the next kind of, I would say one of the bigger stories in the NFL right now. Taylor Swift, no, I'm just kidding. Jonathan Taylor, back to Colts practice. I think this is big for him. I mean, obviously we talk a little bit about fantasy. Do you think Jonathan Taylor just goes right in there and he's Jonathan Taylor? You think Zach Moss kind of still mixed in, or do you think this makes the Colts an AFC South contender? Do you think it's kind of still the Jags, or do we think another team could possibly come out of there?
What do you think, Ben?
I think on the Jonathan Taylor subject is that you don't let him start. You play him completely as a backup role, and if he comes in and does well, then you slowly give him time back because he was like an ass. Like, what do you owe him? He didn't practice. His first practice was today, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't even. It's a new offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally didn't practice at all. He completely held out in the facility, which is wild. Like I did, and like
because they put him. I mean, they put him on the IR. He's been on the IR for 4 weeks.
But he's not. He wasn't hurt.
Well, he had an ankle injury, is what they're saying.
But he wasn't hurt. It was all contract dispute, but then he didn't practice with the team. If you don't practice with the team, you can't play. You just can't.
So you think it's like a message? But I feel like if you want to try to trade him, you want to play him, right?
No,
off a bit.
No, like I'm not trying to get rid of him.
Okay.
Like I don't want to get rid of him, but like I literally can't hand him the ball and trust that he's gonna know what to do.
Well, he's not gonna be there next year, right?
Yeah,
why don't you try to play him and?
They wanted him gone, and nobody wanted him, right? Or for what the Colts wanted.
For what they want, because they want a first-round pick, and no one's going to give a first-round pick for a running back.
Yeah. Did you give up a first round for JT?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
Dude, Christian McCaffrey, I think the trade compensation was like a second-round pick.
That's crazy.
I mean, obviously that worked out, but how many times did that not work out? If I was a team that needed a running back, I would probably give up like a third-round pick for JT.
So right here, this is the last year of his rookie contract. And it says that he has to play at least 8 games to even fulfill the last year of the rookie contract. So if he doesn't play, if they don't play him.
Well, I don't think it would work like that.
But even still, like that's what it says. Yeah, literally, I'm reading it off the internet. And then they could franchise tag him next year. And he can't do anything about it.
I think if he's active and he's like
he pre-held out when they got a new head coach, like, captained the team, and then was like, sorry, dog, I'm out.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know why they would put him on the IR. Like, why wouldn't you just not put him on the IR? Then he's actually sitting out.
The roster.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I feel like you shoot yourself in the foot because you put him on the IR. But I don't know. I don't know how that contract stuff works. I honestly don't know.
If you want to sell your shit for high, you have to wait for like when somebody's like desperate, right? But who's desperate for a fucking...
Yeah, but you also, if you're going to hold out for a contract, you have to play off your best year. He ran for like 800 yards last year.
Yeah, he got hurt last year.
On a bad team. Yeah, exactly. You don't hold out your last year, your rookie contract. You hold out your franchise tag year and bust your ass your last year. You come back from your injury and prove that you're worth the money.
Yeah.
It's his rookie contract.
He should have came back and played. I agree. But
I mean, unfortunately, we talked about this before with the fucking... like union shit with them or whatever. Like, unfortunately, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this just is what he got paid, and this is the contract that he signed. And like, he held out unnecessarily, got nothing from it, and yet today was his first practice with the new team. How in the hell is he supposed to play? Like, literally, how is he supposed to like run plays that he doesn't know?
Yeah, luckily he's a running back, so it's not like as
I guess
it's not like your quarterback or even the receivers. I feel like it's not. Just kind of take the ball, but we see like running backs get signed off the street.
Dude, I saw Christian McCaffrey, bro. He like got traded last year and like literally like what 2 days after was playing for the 49ers.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown in his first game.
Yeah, I mean they're pros. I'm sure he could probably do it.
Well,
but I just also think, like, fuck him.
I agree. I think the first game you just kind of like let Zach Moss start the game and maybe sprinkle him in or whatever. But I think then you just, I don't know. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor's better than Zach Moss, and if you're trying to win games,
dude.
which they are, yeah, my bad.
From the Zach Moss owner.
Yeah, I thought you were a fan, and I was like, that makes one of you.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I just think that. I mean, do you guys think Colts? Do you think this changes the outlook of the Colts or not really?
Not really. I mean, I think the Colts overall, they played fairly tough last week. They were down, I think, a decent amount. They scored 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like still like 23-0 or something. I remember seeing that, or like 23-6 or some shit.
They still lost. My thing is like Anthony Richardson has been playing meh, right? I'm looking here, 200 yards, 56 yards, 223.
I mean, when we look at the fantasy stats, it looks great. But yeah, I mean, he threw 2 touchdowns. He ran for a touchdown. He lost a fumble.
Pick, yeah. I mean, I just
pretty shitty completion rate, but
yeah, it's like
Trey Sermon's on this team.
It's really tough. I mean, I think I just don't think JT coming back's enough to be like, oh, dude, they're a lock for the division, especially with what we talked about a little bit, like, the Texans looking okay. The Titans had a big win, right?
So Zach Moss has 280 yards on the season. He's played 3 games, started 3 games, and a touchdown, right? Jonathan Taylor's first 3 games last year, he had 1 touchdown and 286 yards.
Give me the year before. Sorry.
Okay.
But
year before he ran for 55, 51, and 64 no touchdowns. First 3 games.
How did he do that year? How many yards did he finish with?
A lot.
Got it.
Yeah. I get it though. I mean,
but you know what I'm saying is like,
why?
At this point, you can't justify putting him in over the other guys. Like
we talk about it every time. The NFL is, what have you done for me lately, bro? You can't pay somebody for fucking what they did 2 years ago.
Right.
I don't agree with the model because they don't take care of the players, and that's why JT, he wants his money. He's putting his life at risk, and all that.
And he ran for 1,800 yards. He deserves it, right?
He deserves it.
But unfortunately,
it's just not how the league is.
And then you held out, it didn't work, and then you just like held out even longer. I mean, I don't know, man. Like at some point,
I don't know the contract, but is he still getting fined every week? That's usually how that's made, right? Or maybe they don't find him with the IR.
Maybe he's on the IR. I mean, I don't know. That's why I said
he held out in camp, right? And he got charged for that. I'm not crazy on that, right?
Not sure.
I don't know.
Like I think I remember like it was like $1 million a day or some shit, or $1 million a week or something like that.
I highly doubt it was that much, bro.
But it was a lot.
He's probably not even making like I don't even know how much the rookie running backs. Probably not making shit. But yeah, we can talk about some of the games from last week. I think the big game that was kind of surprising to me was the Bills and the Dolphins. I think we were really excited for that game, and it was kind of just a blowout. The Bills won 48-20. Maybe a hangover for Miami after scoring 70 points. Kind of like a joke you make sometimes is like, oh, we should have scored some of those points a different week, which I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, Josh Allen played really good. He had 320 yards he went 21 for 25 with 320 and 4 TDs, which is just a crazy stat line to me.
A defense, the Dolphins defense just took a shit.
Yeah,
I mean, the rest, road. We talked about it last week. I mean,
I think we all picked the Bills, honestly.
No, I think I picked the Dolphins, but I knew it was going to be close, but that's a tough game on the road, man.
So I do want to talk about something. So Diggs had 6 catches on 7 targets, 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. Where do you guys think, like, when you think of like the top 5-10, receivers, do you think Diggs is in the top 5 receivers in the league right now? Do you think he's just outside of the top 5, like just receiver wise? Like, I mean, he's
I'd say top
dog,
5,
right? I mean, okay. When I watch him play, and it's just
the type of consistently good.
Like, let's go through it. Who do we think's won?
It's hard because you want to. I mean, probably JJ. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Tyreek.
Number 2, Tyreek Hill, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3.
I'd say maybe like Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Okay. Number 4, I think Stephon Diggs. Maybe you could say Jamar Chase, but there's turmoil in Cincy.
Cincinnati's looked bad.
Diggs has been good.
Diggs has been better longer. That's a top 5 receiver. So
actually, number 5, can I interest you in Puka Nacua?
Hell yeah.
What about AJ Brown though, or something, bro?
AJ Brown's
up
really
there?
good. Yeah, he's top 10.
But he's top 10. I don't think he's better than Diggs, like just overall. I think he's probably better at one thing, but not better at everything. Like if you just like, hey, go run deep. I think.
You think if Cooper Kupp played the first 3 games here, we're naming Cooper Kupp up there
instead of Puka Nacua?
Maybe.
I mean, I think if Cooper Kupp played how Cooper Kupp plays the first 4 weeks, I think he's probably
Eastern
up there.
Washington or something.
I do think Puka Nakua's for real though. I don't think it's going to be a situation where Cooper comes back.
That's tough to have like double-digit receptions and double-digit targets and getting double-digit receptions like back-to-back weeks like that. Like,
yeah, I don't think it'll be outrageous, but I think he'll still get like probably, you know.
No, what I'm saying is I think it's
catches.
real. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's not just like a fluke.
He's the truth. Yeah, he's not like some dude.
Like he's running good routes and catching the ball.
He's getting open. He has the trust of Stafford.
Right.
With the Rams too. So I don't know, man. That team, something about that team, I kind of probably because they were so bad last year. But yeah, no, that was kind of something I looked at. I saw the stat line: 6 catches, 120, and 3. Kind of got me thinking, like, man, like I feel like when people talk about like the best receivers, they always talk about Diggs, and I don't know why.
I think my thing was like I saw like a lot of shit on like fucking internet about like, oh yeah, does Diggs look like he's unhappy now? You know, and it's like, yeah, dude, would you say the stat line was? I'd be happy too. That was my performance for the day.
Okay. Well, yeah, you see, I mean, this week we can kind of segue. This isn't the game that I had on the docket, but we talk about it real quick. AJ Brown, I mean, he had 75 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 catches. Yeah, you saw him in week 3 though, literally on the sideline, just screaming at everybody.
Yeah,
like because
that was week 2.
Okay, sorry, week 2. Yeah, because week 3 he popped off too.
He had 14
week
targets.
1 and week 2 he pretty much did nothing, and then squeaky wheel dude gets the grease. He's out there screaming at people, and then they come back-to-back weeks of him getting over 100 yards. It's like, okay.
I mean,
which obviously maybe he was right because he's popping off. So
the reality is that everybody wants the ball, and especially like top tier receivers. Like, of course they want the ball, bro. And it's like, you know, Jamar Chase was saying some shit like, "I'm always open this week after the game." Yeah. And then like somebody, which is funny, like someone like Claypool, he's fucking saying shit, and they told my man to get out. They were like, "You just leave, bro," and he left.
That guy's a straight bum, which is weird because I thought he was gonna be good, like early on.
He's good at Notre Dame, bro. Big body. He kind of reminded me like a Mike Evans type.
Pittsburgh, like he played pretty well that first year.
That's a bummer, man. I didn't think we were talking about Chase Claypool today, but
they still have AJ Brown.
What?
Who?
Did they still have AJ Brown when Chase Claypool went there?
Well, he went to Ole Miss, right?
No, I'm talking about Steelers.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. What am I saying? AJ over and over.
I think so. I think they might have had Juju.
Yeah, it was Juju, Claypool.
Might have been like the year after. Because I think that everyone was like, "Yep, he's the Juju replacement," and it's like that was Deontay Johnson actually.
The dude's a dog too. He just pick and throw.
So this game is a game I really don't want to talk about because it's kind of upsetting because it's a team I generally root for, but the Bengals lose 27-3 against the Titans. The Titans who just lost. I mean, maybe that's part of it. Maybe they were upset, but they just lost 27-3 against the Browns the week before, and then they, take it out on the Bengals, I guess, and smoke them by the same score, the exact same score, 27-3, which is kind of funny actually. But if you're a Bengal fan, or if you're just you're just kind of looking from the outside in here, if you root for Cincinnati or whatever, what's your panic meter right now, guys? Ben, I mean, are you pretty much giving up on the year if you're a Bengals fan? Or what are you doing exactly?
I mean, like,
I didn't watch a ton of this game.
I haven't watched him, but like, I think that Joe Burrow's hurt.
He's definitely hurt because he had an injury during the training camp, and then he got hurt, and then he re-aggravated the same injury.
And I think that he's just hurt. And I think that everything is just not working because everybody knows that he's hurt and they can't do anything. Defenses know, and then the offense can't really get going. I don't know. I could just see that that's totally the reason, and they just need to bench him.
Right, just let him sit for a few games.
Even if imagine
even if it's the rest of the season.
Yeah, if your panic meter's high, but you shouldn't be because you just signed him forever, and he is really good. So why even risk it?
Yeah, it's kind of they're in a tough spot.
Imagine,
this is supposed to be
their bye week is week 7, so
Yeah.
He could take 3 weeks off, come back and play San Francisco. I mean, fuck, he could wait till week 9 and hope you get a couple wins, and then he could play the back half of the season.
Right. They're a shitty spot too, because I've never even heard of their backup on here. Reed Sninnett. Yeah, I've never heard of this guy.
For who?
Yeah. The Bengals, bro. I've never heard of this guy in my life.
Okay, so realistically, their next 3 games, they play at the Cardinals. It should be, I don't know.
Winnable.
Should be winnable, obviously, but
tough.
then you're home against the Seahawks, and then you're at the 49ers, and then you're playing the Bills, then the Texans.
You play the Bills, and then Baltimore.
I mean, that's a tough stretch.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't win this Arizona and the Seattle game, bro, you're looking at like...
They might be like 3-4 wins type team.
Yeah. Which is very possible with the schedule.
Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to let them limp into Arizona and you lose that game? And then you got to play Seattle? Seattle's defense is really good.
You're 1-5 at that point.
Then you play San Francisco, Buffalo, Houston,
1-6,
Baltimore,
1-7,
Pittsburgh,
8,
and
9.
Jacksonville.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe you get one there.
That's like the top 10 defenses in the league, minus the Lions, in a row. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, he could get seriously hurt. Like, they could Theismann him or something, or is like something in his calf gets fucked up, and then it's just like reoccurring, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, slow it down.
Or they go into Arizona and they beat them 40-3, and
he looks fine, yeah.
And it looks fine. And then now it's like big game against the Seahawks. And they win against the Seahawks. Now it's their 3-3, and it's not the end of the world, So like so to answer your original question, Ryan, my panic meter still isn't that crazy. Maybe like a 7. 7.
Yeah, bye week. If you pick up both these games, you're not like full panicking. I think a 7's but after this bye week, bro, if you're 2-4 going into the bye week,
you're fucked.
And you got to go against San Francisco, Buffalo, a good Houston team, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. You may as well just.
Well, I will say, let me rephrase, I guess. Like, I'm sure Bengals fans, especially with the recent history, they expect to go to the Super Bowl and win it. I can't see that happening. You already started so bad.
A contender, yeah. You.
So like, if you're grading by that, my panic meter is like a 9. You'd have to have a crazy season turnaround to do something like that. Make a deep playoff run. Yeah, it'd be crazy right now.
Yeah. I think their best bet's trying to win the division, and I think the Ravens look good, the Browns look good.
That's tough.
I mean, I don't know, man.
People dog the Steelers, and so do I, but somehow they always figure out a way to like kind of hang in there.
Yeah, they're always like 500.
You look in December, you're like, damn, the Steelers have 9 wins.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like looking at the playoff, like which teams can make the playoffs if blah 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 happens, and they're
like in the hunt thing.
You're like, wait, they suck. Yeah, they're like right outside.
It's like 7, 8, the last team in. The one tie got them in.
Oh God.
You know the vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to talk about with the Bengals. I just there's not really a ton to talk about.
I do think we should probably talk about some games next week, but real quick, did you guys happen to catch the Bears-Broncos game?
No.
So I watched part of it.
Bro, they were the Bears were up 31-3.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about it. And I was
20,
like,
what was that?
I don't know. It was like 32 to something low.
I remember you were like before you went. And
I was
got
like,
food.
yeah, they won that game, right? Like, because I just saw the score and I was like, oh shit, they beat the shit out of them. That's crazy. And then like you were like, no, they lost that game. It's like, oh shit.
Bro, the Broncos came back. And they won the game. The Bears are, dude. I can't imagine.
They're a bad football team.
I've been a Lions fan historically, but dude, like that's a bad team, bro. They're like throwing each other on the bus type shit. That you talk about a bad culture, bro. That's bad.
Yeah.
Who's their coach again?
Max Eberflus. Matt Eberflus?
Yeah, where did you come from? Anybody remember?
I have no idea where he came from, to be
He had
honest.
to been he'd been
Chargers?
Yeah, he had been a coordinator somewhere, right?
Defensive coordinator for the Chargers, I think.
Why'd you bring, if you have Justin Fields, why are you bringing in a defensive coordinator?
He was previously the
Why'd you draft Justin Fields?
The Colts defensive coordinator. And if there's one thing I always thought is that the Colts have a great defense.
I mean,
what?
Did well,
oh, bro.
I don't
really.
don't know. Like you could have got a better person for this job.
Bro, imagine the Lions were there and we like drafted the DC from the Colts that we never heard of. Dude, we'd be pissed.
Yeah.
We've been there before. Different situation.
Yeah.
Jim Caldwell was all right for the time period.
Won a Super Bowl, didn't he?
Jim Schwartz.
Yeah,
I hated him. He was my least favorite, by the way.
Every time I
Random
see
defensive coordinator from the Titans.
Every time I see him on the sideline, I get pissed off still.
Yeah, me too.
Every time. I'm like, dude, this guy's still in the fucking league.
I think players like him. I think like he's actually like
he usually has a good
coach.
Defense wherever he is.
Yeah, it just didn't work out, I guess.
Coach. All right, so matchup of the week, we got a revenge game. It's the Cowboys versus 49ers.
Wow.
I'm a little biased picking this game of the week.
Big game.
But I do think it's probably the best game. It's a Sunday night game.
It's a big game.
Love Sunday night football. 3-1 Cowboys take on the 4-0 49ers. Rematch the playoff game where Cowboys got destroyed last year. Well, not destroyed, but they did lose to them last year. Trey Lance revenge game, of course. Yeah. I mean, this is 4.5. San Francisco's favored, or 4 points. San Francisco, and they're at home too. So pretty much, if you take away the 3 points for the home field advantage, I think a pretty even game. Yeah, you guys think the 49ers are the best team in football right now? Ben, what do you think?
Yeah. I do.
They're definitely the most complete team.
Yeah.
They look really good.
There's only one other 4-0 team, and it's the Eagles. And I feel like the Eagles have been exposed. I mean, they just gave up 31 to the Commanders and almost lost. They won in overtime. I think the Eagles are good too, but I don't think that they're on the same level as the 49ers. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree with that, or if you
I just think the 49ers are that much better. I think that they're definitely like in a top tier kind of thing.
By themselves almost.
Yeah,
like an S tier and then everybody else.
If they don't get hurt throughout the year, like, man, it's gonna be tough to beat them. You're gonna really have to like score a lot.
I was gonna say it's weird because you need a team that can score a lot because they can score a lot.
Quickly.
But then they have this great defense, so you need just an offense that can overcome this really good defense.
And you have to do it quickly because they run the ball, and they're going to use a lot of clock, and they're going to control. Like, you really got to score quickly.
Even when they don't run the ball and they throw the ball, it's a lot of shorter things where the clock keeps running, easy completions for Purdy to get going.
Just play first downs.
I'm hyped for this game. I'm going to watch it. If you guys are around, definitely going to watch it Sunday night. I think it'll be fun. I like a lot of the pieces in this game, just in general, too. Guys I root for, obviously. You guys know I like
who you taking, Ryan?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Contractually, I don't think I can pick this one. But, I think the Cowboys will actually surprise this game. I think their defense is.
Okay, as a Cowboys fan, do you think legitimately
in the league?
You think that legitimately they go on the road and win? What's your confidence? You think 70%?
I would say my confidence is probably like 50%, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. That's fair.
I think Dallas does have the type of team that can compete with these guys because I think their defense can force Purdy to make some mistakes. If Dallas can get into a position where Purdy has to make plays, but if they let Christian McCaffrey and these short throws and they let these plays early and they get behind and they have to rely on Dak, which I don't think Dak can't do it, but I think it's going to be a lot harder if you can't run the ball and you have to throw the ball, because when that defense knows what you're doing, it's going to be so much harder. I don't know, man. I just think I think Dallas has the right defense to go against this team. I just don't know if their offense can keep up with the team. That would be my biggest concern. I mean, what do you guys think? Ben, do you think Dallas has like a 10% chance to win this game? 0% chance?
I mean, of course they've got a shot, but I don't think that they will.
Okay. Give me a score prediction. What do you think for score here? Think it's going to be like a 2-touchdown type of thing? You think
Like a
it's going to be
35-20, 35-17 kind of game. 34-17.
What was the playoff game? Can you look that up, Devin? The playoff game that they played against each other. I mean, I guess I could look it up too, but when they played in the playoffs last year, I'm curious because that game I want to say it was a 1-possession game because they did that weird thing where they must have been behind like a score. Okay. Yeah.
49ers won.
I think probably going to see a similar score line. I think it's going to be.
But they didn't
like
have Christian McCaffrey then, did they? Or was that last year?
Yeah, they had him.
They had him.
That was they had all their pieces last year. Both teams had all their pieces. Well, I think Pollard got hurt that game because I remember that being thing. Like,
wait, was he hurt?
Was that last year?
He got hurt in the playoff game. He was having a really good game and he got hurt.
He's not even on here. The 49ers Cowboys. He's not even
what
on.
Year was that?
This is
last year.
2022 January. Wait, no.
Maybe he got hurt the week before.
This is 2 years ago. Hold on, sorry. Come on, did they play each other twice in the playoffs? Oh, yeah, here we go. 19-12. This was the last game.
Gotcha. Okay, so they lost to him back-to-back years in the playoffs.
Back-to-back years in the playoffs. The year we were looking at originally was wild card round. This one was divisional round. 49ers take it 15-4. Christian McCaffrey 10 carries, 35 yards, touchdown. I do kind of remember him getting hurt, right?
Pollard, not McCaffrey.
Oh, Pollard got hurt?
Yeah.
Well,
that was a bummer. But yeah, he was having a good game and he got hurt. But that was like the only injury I remember from that game. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be another. Both these defenses are really good, so I could see it being like a 23-17 type of game, or 24-21, 24-20, kind of low 20s. I don't think. What's the over under in this game? I'm curious.
40.5.
Over under 45.
That's about right. I mean, they're saying pretty much, yeah, like both teams score like low 20s, or I mean, I guess they're projecting like 20 points for.
I know this might be a little mundane, but for anybody that doesn't know, the over-under is just both teams score combined, and then you bet like if it's more than that or under that. So 45, they're thinking the game between both teams, they'll score about 45 points.
Which makes sense. Both these teams have good defenses, but I mean, they both have decent offenses too, and both these defenses could take an interception to back for a touchdown, or a fumble or whatever. So I could definitely see this closer to Ben's prediction. But what do you think, Devin? What would be your score take?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like a 30, 35, 27 or something like that. I really think, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Ryan. I do think the 49ers they look really good, but I feel like teams that look good and they're like rolling, they always like hiccup somewhere. But the problem is they're at the 49ers, so I give them a little bit more swing. But it's only 3.5 point spread. Yeah,
on a home game for San Francisco.
Home game for 49ers that look like the best team in the NFL. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good for sure. I mean, Dallas 3-1. I mean, they lost to Arizona, which is not the best loss, but they smoked the Patriots, who had a good defense. They destroyed them last week. I don't know if you watched any of that game. We had that game on TV here.
Yeah.
Dude, they look so bad, the Patriots did.
Bro, all the 4 o'clock games are brutal, dude. Me and Ben were like watching. We were like, dude, what the fuck do we even watch?
Right. Yeah, it was terrible. Who do you guys think is the MVP or the fantasy MVP of this game? Do we see another big game from McCaffrey? Do we see maybe a Debo game, or maybe Purdy just lights it up, or somebody on Dallas' side? I know it's tough to say Dallas when the defense for 49ers are so good.
I'll go first real quick. I do think personally, I think McCaffrey's the obvious pick here. I think he's a real game changer for them. They clearly have, I would say, 70-80% of the playbook around him, or the plays
scored
they call.
4 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
Should have 5.
I will say, Brock Purdy. I know, Ryan, you said it. I'll give you a little bit more, like, you jumped on the bandwagon a little bit quicker. He's good, bro. Dude, what is he? 21 for 22 last game for like 2-7. Well, how many yards? What did he have?
I don't know. He's like calm. He just distributes the ball.
Like easy motion. He doesn't look rattled back there. He looks like he knows what he wants to do. And dude, it presses the fuck out of me. It really does.
I was so hesitant. I told you guys the Trey Lance thing made me hate this guy, and I'm like, what am I hating this guy for? He's the last pick in the draft. Why? Everybody should be rooting for this guy. Let's just root for him, man.
Yeah.
20 for 21. He had 1 incompletion for 283 yards, touchdown.
In the NFL. It's crazy.
In the NFL.
Right,
in the NFL.
Imagine if you could tell somebody I only threw 1 incompletion in the NFL.
Dude, what's crazy is
an NFL game throwing over 20 passes.
I had the game on. We talked about it. He was like 18 for 18 at one point. 18 for 18, bro.
He's like seems like a good kid too. Like a good dude.
Yes.
Who knows?
Ben, who's your MVP of this game?
Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's gonna kick ass, and they're still gonna lose.
If he can break through San Francisco's defense.
The 14 points that they score besides the field goal are both going to be Tony Pollard touchdowns.
Okay. All right. I can see it happening. He's due for a big game.
Yeah, he needs it. And plus, fuck it. I need it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Very selfish, dude. Oh, man. I think we're going to get... I'm obviously rooting for Dallas. I want to pick somebody on Dallas' side of the ball. Christian McCaffrey. I think we're going to get a CeeDee Lamb game. I don't think we've got the CeeDee. I mean, he had a pretty good game week 2, but I think we're gonna get the CeeDee Lamb game where it's like he scores, twice, or has a touchdown and like 25 yards, and he has the 10 catches. Really big game week 2, but I think we're gonna get the CeeDee Lamb game. Hopefully they pull it out, man. It'd be really cool to see this. I don't know if you guys see Stephen A. I always see clips of Stephen A. talking about how Dak's going to blow it. So, I don't know. But I hope Dak wins this game. I think that'd be so cool for Dallas and me as a fan. But more likely Dak will lose this game, and I'll have to hear about it. When Dallas loses, I don't know if you guys obviously aren't like you guys aren't the ones doing it, but Dallas will lose, dude. And I'll literally receive probably at least 4 to 5 text messages after the game, just shit talking me, and I'm like, dude, I don't even talk to you people. Like, why are you texting me about Dallas losing? Or I'll get like a meme.
Yeah, it's like the Cowboys starter pack. Like
or
the
my
jean shorts.
My cousin, shout out Josh. My cousin Josh like tagged me in like a Cowboys thing today, and it was like, I don't even remember what it was. It was like a vacuum, and he was like, it won't suck anymore. And then it was like somebody put like a cowboy sticker on it, and then it was like, no, it'll suck. I'm like, all right, dude. Good one. But shout out Josh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was great.
Dude, we talked about this a little bit like off the show here, but I always find it weird that like the 49ers never caught like extreme like flack like the Cowboys did. Back in my day, the 49ers were the fucking team. Everybody like dressed up as Steve Young for Halloween, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's the 49ers, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I remember like the 49ers, and it made me want to barf, bro.
I mean,
I didn't hate the Cowboys. I didn't grow up around that time, I guess, Yeah,
I think we were just a little late on the Cowboys, like growing up.
Ben has a different perspective because he's down there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's like why I just like
you get burned out, man. You just
Yeah, but I feel like they've been not even like mainstream lately. They like, I don't really like see a bunch of, dude. I guess
there's like a culture
hate though. It's like a hate though. I feel like I hear about hate more than I hear about good stuff.
It's a cultural hate, not even a fan base.
It is.
It's
a culture thing. It's like the Cowboys. Like when you're a Cowboys fan, like it's different. You're like a different person. down here at least. You're like a different kind of human.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But
I think,
I don't know.
Ryan, I think how I would like kind of frame it would be like maybe Michigan fans. Like it's that type of like people think Michigan fans are this type of fan, you know? Like there's a lot of cool Michigan fans, you know? And like Michigan's like they hate us for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with the Cowboys. Like they call them America's team for a reason, bro. They were the fucking
America's team for a reason because they decided that they would do a documentary about themselves. They agreed to do a documentary that was going to make them America's team. It was first offered to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, they said it was because they were the ones that were on the TV all the time.
Google it. Google it.
We did Google it. We Googled it earlier, bro.
They're called the America's team because they were in one of their highlight films. One of the guys called them America's team because of how much they were on TV.
Yeah, Ryan even told me the name of the guy, bro.
I did, yeah. Ben's probably looking the same thing I saw. So, not a good reason. Doesn't fix the fact that I think if they weren't called that, I would have a much better life.
Just regardless, bro. It's like there's a lot, dude. If anything, we should hate the fucking Patriots. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Why? I mean, I think we hate the Patriots, right? Like hated them.
We saw that fucking coming, and like the Patriots, like.
Sucked though, because we had the Tom Brady effect too, where everybody around here liked the Patriots.
You go to the fucking Lions game, there's fucking Tom Brady jerseys. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Still to this day, bro, because he played at Michigan.
Fans, man.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude.
It comes down to
fucking Michigan fans.
All right. Okay, I got one more question, or two more things I want to kind of touch on. I know I sent some screenshots of the Toy Story game. The London game. Probably should have talked about this first, but I did watch this with my child. It was interesting, really glitchy, especially to begin with, but they kind of ironed it out, and it was actually pretty cool. If you guys have a chance, have you guys seen any of the highlights of the game? There was a Bijan run that was sweet. There was a T-Law run that was really cool, like a scramble that looked sweet. Did you guys catch any of like the highlights, or did you guys see any of the clips of this Toy Story version of this game?
I'm about to show it right now.
Dude, I wish the game wasn't great either. If we want to touch on the actual game, 23-7, Jacksonville. Kyle Pitts is on the Falcons, but I don't even know if he flew to London. It seemed like he was invisible. This team needs to just fucking trade this guy. Let him out of there, man. Free Pitts. It's disgusting. But I mean,
yeah, it is
at the same time. So I don't know. I did put it any on Drake London to score a touchdown in London, which hit, by the way.
I think Desmond Ridder played the worst game he possibly could play.
Dude, I saw him. I didn't really know what he looked like until that this weekend when I watched the game, because I had it on in regular as well. And dude, he doesn't look like what I thought he looked like. But what he did look like this week was trash.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He looked like trash as a Toy Story guy. So he threw a pick six, lost a fumble, had another interception. Do you think this team would be better with Taylor Heineke in there, or do you think they not care at this point?
I think that they would technically be slightly better.
Okay, I think so.
But is it worth it? Because I think that Desmond Ridder's a decent quarterback. I think that it was in London. It's like his fourth or fifth start. Like
going against the London Jaguars at that point. I get it. A team that plays
tough.
there.
Like, it's just tough. And I think that the Falcons are in a spot where, like,
they need to know what they have with him.
Right. Like, why play Heineke?
Well, try to draft a QB.
If he comes out and throws another 2 picks, like he throws 2 picks in the first half, bench his ass. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that you have to at that point because you have to send the message to the rest of your team. Like, hey, we're not throwing guys. Like, we're 2-2. Yeah. Like.
But if he plays okay and they lose by a touchdown.
Yeah.
You keep him going.
That clip?
Yeah. What?
You have that clip?
What clip?
Oh, I thought you had something from the Toy Story.
Oh, I've already shown that.
Oh, sorry, I've been talking. The sleeper stuff up.
I've been going to producer fucking Devin over here, bro.
Producer D, dude, love it.
That's my rap name.
This is kind of like the last thing I want to kind of talk about. Who do you think is the biggest? Could be a player, could just be overall kind of what you saw, but the biggest surprise in fantasy over 4 weeks. Can't say Puka Nacua because that's an easy answer. Give me something else. So, like, what do you think is the biggest surprise? Something maybe you could pull up is maybe the leaders. If you're looking to pull something up, maybe the stat leaders so far. Just over the time. I don't know. I can give you one that kind of jumped out to me. Just like fantasy points wise. Let me pull up the season rankings. I had it pulled up earlier.
So these are, at least in our sleeper league, pretty standard PPR, but Christian McCaffrey, JJ, and you got Puka Nacua up here pretty high.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. I'm kind of just gonna, the one thing that kind of jumped out to me, and it's kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, I guess. Which hopefully, I mean, I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. I thought Miles Sanders was gonna be a little bit better in Carolina. I've been kind of disappointed by him.
I think Carolina sucks, man. I think Carolina sucks.
They're one of the 2 winless teams, correct? Bears and them. They are
bad.
They just lost to the Vikings.
And I think that fucking Bryce Young might be dog shit.
I hope not, but we haven't seen anything. Another player that I think is a big surprise. We kind of talked about this game. I don't know if you guys have seen him play at all, but he has pretty crazy stats too. He's actually 3rd in the running backs in points, but Jameson Williams from the Rams. I think he's been like kind of crazy. If you like, I mean, he had 17 points week 1, week 2, 28 points, week 3 had it down, week 8 points. They lost that game. And then this last week he had 27 fantasy points, and he's getting 25 carries for 100 yards. It's not like he's just, stumbling around and, falling into the end zone. I think he's been like a pretty cool surprise. A guy who I tried to trade for last year in our Dynasty League, and I was not able to, which is kind of a bummer because he's having a good year. But those are kind of my 2 surprises that I kind of, at running back at least, kind of opposite ends. Did you, Ben, or I guess either of you guys? Ben, if you're ready.
I'll go quick.
You got somebody for me?
Yeah. I would say I don't have like, I guess one person if I look at like the rankings here. I would say like Texans players. Stroud would be a candidate.
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins
put a lot of points.
Receiver, yeah.
Dell's not too far down there as a rookie.
No, yeah, he's looked great as a rookie.
I mean, I'm kind of like, they're kind of impressing me, at least fantasy wise. They're scoring some numbers, bro.
Weird too, because their running back has like impressed me the other way, or I guess depressed me, if we want to call it that. But yeah, Dameon Pierce, I thought this dude was like a stud. He went 1st overall in our fantasy draft last year, in our dynasty draft. It's like, I thought this dude was he looked really good last year too, and he just like, I don't know if Ben, you've probably watched more Houston games, but is he just not good? Is he just the offensive linebacker?
Throw the ball a bunch, bro.
They just throw the ball a bunch. I think it's just that he just hasn't worked in. I also think like
he's got 64 carries.
There's a new head coach. Like everything's new. Like what are you gonna do? Like I don't know. He's still a good running back. Yeah, he's just.
Dude, he's 64 carries is for 181 yards, 2.82 a carry. For just reference, Gibbs has 2 less yards, and he has, 25 less carries. That's great. I don't know. I mean,
is that the running back? Is that the scheme? He proved that he's a running back last year. I mean, what were his stats last year?
I mean, he was good last year. I can pull it up really quick, but
one quick honorable mention I will say too is James Cook.
Yeah, he's had a good year for me, man. It's been clutch as fuck.
He's another one that's kind of like a underdog-ish.
Yeah, and he's actually like produced every week.
He's been doing well, man.
Yeah, I mean, last year, he didn't have a crazy year. Kind of go back to Pierce. I mean, he had 220 carries for 939 yards.
He almost ran for 1,000 yards in his rookie season.
And I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, he did miss a few games too. So, I mean, he had a pretty good year.
He's a viable running back. I think that's who knows, man. If they're running a different blocking scheme, they got a new offensive line coach, and it takes time. I think their defense is so good because like they're so defense focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And then Stroud's been balling, so it's like I mean, it is what it is. They're 2-2, I think. So
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have any. I mean, Ben, do you have any surprises? Anyone that's really surprised you? Any team that surprised you?
Man, I don't know. I was just gonna say, like, personally, Swift. I was not expecting him to be
that's a good one.
At all, anything. I like literally wasn't expecting him to score like 10 points at all a week. Like maybe like 6 to 7. Like Gibson right now is scoring like 5 points a week. That's what I thought Swift was going into.
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be more of a committee going into the year, and it has been after like the first week or so. It's been like
first week he had Swift. 1 attempt, then he had 28, 16, and 14. He got like less this week, which is annoying, but I think it's because like they were down.
They were passing the ball.
And he had 4 receptions, which, you know, but like just even that, like he still scored 17 points, almost 18. Like I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it.
Yeah. I do have kind of one more surprise. You guys, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this one, but just the overall quarterback scoring feels like it's really down. I don't know if you guys have felt that. Like, even if you pull up, I have the top quarterbacks pulled up, and dude, it's like, generally you think the quarterbacks are going to score the most points. It's like CMC has more points, Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, and then you got Herbert, Puka Nacua, Diggs, and then Josh Allen. It's like usually those are all quarterbacks at the top. Even you're got 12 quarterbacks generally kind of at the top there. And it's like, I feel like quarterback scoring just has been down.
I'll tell you why, bro,
exactly what's going on,
because like I feel like now there was a lot of people that would throw for. Nowadays, I feel like if you hit 300-yard passing, you like were airing it out.
Yeah,
I feel like back then, I remember Drew Brees having 450-yard games, and
all the time too. Yeah,
Tom Brady threw the ball 57 times in the game. Like, I feel like it is different, bro. And you're kind of onto something there. Peyton Manning, like all these guys that would throw the ball a lot. Like nowadays, it's like very short routes, throw it, get fucking your 4 or 5 yards. And
how many times we were like, man, this guy had a great game. He went 22 for 26 and he had 218 yards passing and
that with 2-3 touchdowns, bro.
It's like, okay,
Jared Goff had like 200 yards and a touchdown.
200 yards, and it's like they're getting it done. But then you got the other guys who are airing it out, like a Kirk Cousins who has 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, and they're fucking losing. Yeah, Stroud. It's
because they're not balanced with it. Like you can throw a lot of yards, but I mean you score too fast and your defense is out. And the Vikings defense is shit. So he's constantly having to throw and throw and throw. The running back's not very good. And Kirk's like a decent quarterback with good weapons. So like they can make the completions, he can get the yards, he can score the touchdown. We can't do anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I think Stafford, he has similar yardage, less touchdowns than Tua. Or Kirk, sorry, and then you're a lot less touchdowns actually, but they have this like really good running game. It's like where it's we just talked about Kyron Williams, where it's like, man, he's scoring all the touchdowns. So I feel like you got to be balanced for sure. Minnesota's trash, bro, and their defense sucks. They keep getting down, and then they have to throw.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kirk makes like one mistake,
dude.
Well, fucking last week it was the beginning of the game, bro.
Yeah, he did a terrible game.
Dude, they started the game down a pick six, 100-yard interception return, 99 or whatever it was.
In Carolina, right?
Yeah, they did beat Carolina.
Okay.
There was 2. It was the battle. There's 4 unbeaten teams last week, and they all played each other.
With the winless teams.
Or the winless.
The Panthers. That was their only touchdown.
Yeah, was the pick 6.
The whole fucking game.
That team's a dumpster fire, bro. When your best weapon's Adam Thielen, sorry, no disrespect, but come on, man.
Nah, dude, disrespect.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I was glad we
got rid of I saw a screenshot, not to bring the lines up again, but I saw a screenshot that was like, it's crazy we came from this, and it was like our lineup was like Swift, Jamal Williams, Jared Goff, Quintez Cephas, Rashad Perryman, and another random guy that you guys would laugh.
Come on,
Tyrell
bro.
Williams. Tyrell Williams
Oh yeah, I remember Tyrell.
was literally our legit opening day lineup.
I remember that year, and I remember talking about how fucking terrible the receivers. I said it was the worst receiving core of all time.
Rashad Perryman and Tyrell Williams, bro. I'll give Tyrell Williams a little bit of credit. He tried.
I remember that first year we signed all those shitty free agents, and like I remember listening to like their press conferences and like them talking about like they're giving everybody a chance and we're just trying them out, and then they like cut everybody, like Chark and all those guys, and ugh.
Times, yeah. But yeah,
I'm glad we have some like blue chips. You know what I'm saying? It feels good.
Yeah, a lot of them too. Like
yeah,
big.
It feels like we have a lot of people that would be upset if we like got rid of them. You know?
Yeah,
that would change the team.
Yeah,
for sure. That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Nah, dog. It's a long show, dog.
Was a long show. 75 minutes, man.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
We recapped a lot of games early, but there was a lot of good games, so it worked out.
Was. Yeah, no, for sure. It's a good week of football. Hopefully, my Cowboys win, and we'll be talking about how I called that. But yeah, that's all I got.
I'm hopeful for you, bro.
All right, everyone, have a good week.
Yep.
Bye. Bye.